A man accused of murder is mistakenly released from a Kentucky jail. We look into how this could happen.
The family of a murdered man is asking for help in finding the killer.
And a Kentucky man is walking from Louisville to Moorhead with more than 100 pounds of equipment, all to honor a fallen friend.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
A man accused of murdering a man in Louisville was mistakenly released from jail in Pike County, and the victim's family is outraged.
Officials say there was missing paperwork, but it's not clear whose fault it was. WKYT's Monique Blair is tracking the case. She's at the live desk now with our top story at 5:30. Monique.
Barbara and Amber, officials at the Pike County Detention Center tell us Terrence Moore was released from the Pike County Detention Center on September 30th simply because there were not any instructions that said he needed to be kept in jail.
We received a notice of discharge, which was to release him on 9/30/16. Our Class D coordinator checked the detainers in the Department of Corrections website. There was no detainers listed. There was no detainers listed on his notice of discharge.
Department of Corrections Public Information Officer Mike Cottle released this statement in regards to Terrence Moore's mistaken release. Quote, due to a procedural error that is being corrected by Department of Corrections offender information staff, the DOC did not recognize that a detainer was needed. There are checks and balances at the local level that should have prevented Moore's release. Terrence Moore was a suspect along with his brother Kentry Moore in the March murder of 21-year-old Tyrone Booker Jr. Moore now has a new warrant out for his arrest. The victim's father is pleading for Moore to turn himself in.
If you have an inch of God inside of your soul, you would do right and turn yourself in. Don't allow the situation to get worse than it already is.
Now, Captain Estep says this is not the first time an inmate has been released from custody by mistake. At the live desk, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Moore's whereabouts are not known at this time. If you see him, you're asked to call police.
The family of a murdered Kentucky man is asking for help finding his killer. State police say Michael Lowe was stabbed to death in his Letcher County apartment last week. A family member went to check on him and found him dead. At the time, Kentucky State Police were not sure what happened, but now they're calling Lowe's death a murder. The family says it's hard for them to believe that no one knows what happened. They say the walls are paper thin and that there is always someone nearby.
The who might not surprise me, but the why probably would, you know, because of the person he is. It's just hard to wrap your hands around, you know what I'm saying?
Well, police have no leads at this time. The family is begging for anyone with information to come forward.
Search crews have suspended the search near Barren River Lake for a missing man. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Barren County. The Barren County Sheriff's Office says 27-year-old Spencer Huddleston was last seen Friday when he was going fishing. Yesterday, deputies found Huddleston's car near a bridge, and today officials say sonar did not pick up anything in the area. The Sheriff's Department is encouraging anyone who might have spoken with Spencer after Friday to call them. A Laurel County woman was arrested after nearly driving head-on into a sheriff's cruiser while under the influence. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says 39-year-old Julie Mead of Lilly was arrested Friday. It happened at the intersection of 4th and Broad Streets in London. A deputy pulled Mead over after her car nearly hit his and determined she was under the influence. She's been charged now with DUI. The mayor of a Pulaski County city has an unusual request. He wants his citizens to flush the toilet more. According to the Commonwealth Journal, Burnside Mayor Ron Jones made the unusual request in order to help with the city's ongoing battle with the sewer smell. While the city of Burnside is working on a more long-term solution to the issue, Jones hopes that more water going through the pipes will make a difference.
We've had a string of beautiful days, but if you are looking for some cooler days, we might just have those in store for you as well. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is here now with a first look at that forecast.
Yeah, once we get past tomorrow, Amber, we're going to see those numbers start to slide a little bit into Thursday and Friday. But fall across the Bluegrass State can be a little fickle. This year, it's been awfully fantastic. We look outside right now, WKYT Weather Garden. Notice this big shadow showing up? That's our tower. That is just to the left of the screen here, casting that shadow as the sun gets low on that western horizon. A lot of low and mid 70s into most of central and eastern Kentucky as of now. If you're out this evening, 65 degrees will show up shortly after sunset, so it's a quick drop in your back porch thermometer into the mid and upper 50s by the time 11 o'clock rolls around. That's what happens when you have dry air in place. Winds are stirring up just a little bit, but overall, it's another fantastic evening of weather across central and eastern Kentucky. The big change, though, lurking for Thursday and Friday. That's a cold front that is out across the plains. Now, that front is actually separating some true wintertime stuff into the Rockies and the high plains where it is snowing. We're not going to be talking about anything like that, but it is a nice temperature tumble that is on the way. But you get one more day of the mild and the windy weather ahead of that front before it slams in here Thursday morning. When I come back in a few minutes, we'll walk you through the slamming of the cold front with the hour-by-hour forecast.
Chris, thank you. He's walking more than 100 miles from Louisville to Moorhead in memory of his friend. Captain Nathan Tingle says his ruck for Colin is in honor of Colin Thomas, who died in Afghanistan 6 years ago, and the route he's taking is of special significance. WKYT's Hillary Thornton reports.
If you're traveling US 60 between Louisville and Moorhead at some point this week, you just might pass by Air Force Captain Nathan Tingle.
Initiated in 2010 when Colin Thomas was killed in Afghanistan. I was traveling with the military at that time, so I wasn't able to attend his memorial in Moorhead. And that kind of weighed on me for a couple years.
Because of that, now walking about 140 miles with a backpack of heavy equipment.
Kind of start from the last place that I'd seen Colin, which was at a bar in Louisville, Flanagan's.
Starting there back on Sunday, planning to be in Moorhead, the town they both grew up in, by 11 o'clock Friday morning for the start of an annual golf scramble in memory of Colin Thomas.
This roadway that Tingle is primarily walking significant as it holds one of his earlier memories of his fallen comrade.
I would see him run up and down. He was running up and down US 60 because I lived off the road in Moorhead. Watch him train.
With each step thinking of those memories as well as reflecting on both sacrifice and gratitude.
The fact that I'm able to do this is a huge thing, that I'm here. You know, I have my family has me. Colin's family lost him 6 years ago. They have to keep that loss, you know, for the rest of their lives.
The Ruck Walk providing a picture of respect for the fallen Navy SEAL, but also raising money for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation.
Provides education for the children of fallen special operators. So even though Colin didn't have any children of his own, he had several teammates that he lost. And so I kind of think of it as a way that he's still, even though he's gone, he's still making an impact.
In Woodford County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And if you'd like to donate to the cause, visit our website, WKYT.com, for a link.
Here at WKYT, branding is very important, and for those of you who are loyal watchers of WKYT, you know we recently changed our slogan, and it is the focus of our Good Question tonight. Rich asked, I was just wondering why WKYT stopped using 27 News First and started using WKYT stands for Kentucky.
WKYT stands for Kentucky.
Well, Rich, it was a year ago that you started seeing our new promos running about WKYT standing for Kentucky. This new brand and slogan is something that really fits with what we are here at WKYT trying to do each and every day for the people we serve in central and eastern Kentucky. We want you to know that we are just like you. We are a part of this community, and we will be there in the big cities and in the country. We are there to tell your story, no matter if it is in good times or bad. Most importantly, this slogan lets you know that we are committed to you, our viewer. Just to submit a good question to us, it's very easy. Send in an email to goodquestion@WKYT.com. So, Rich, thank you for that question.
Today was the last day in Kentucky to register to vote, and officials say most people are registered.
Human beings could be headed to Mars in the coming decades. I'm Peter Zampa on Capitol Hill. I'll tell you why folks in Washington are optimistic that we soon will reach the new frontier.
I'm at Rupp Arena, where security changes could impact what you bring with you Friday night to Big Blue Madness. Coming up at 6, we'll tell you about those changes.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
If you have not registered to vote for the election in November yet, it is too late. The deadline to register in Kentucky was 4 p.m. today. People had the option to register online, by mail, or in person at the county clerk's office. The Fayette County clerk says most people in Lexington have registered.
We're right at about 90 to 95% registered in Fayette County. Most of the nation is that way, and that's due to the motor voter law that was passed in the early 90s. So by and large, we're in pretty good shape. It's getting people to vote once they're registered that's the real challenge.
As of September, there are more registered Democrats in Kentucky than registered Republicans.
Humans headed to Mars. President Obama wrote today about his vision to put people on the red planet sometime in the 2030s. Our Washington Bureau's Peter Zamka spoke with some who hope this does become a reality.
The next frontier, Mars. At least that is the hope of President Obama, who laid out an optimistic vision to put humans on Mars in the next 20 years.
This human spirit of exploring, being on another frontier.
John Logsdon founded the Space Policy Institute at George Washington University. He says reaching Mars is a goal that has always fascinated humans.
I think there is a kind of underlying sense that if we're going to explore space with people, Mars is the place to go.
President Obama says a partnership between NASA and private companies will get us there faster. Logsdon says despite the partnership, there are many hurdles yet to clear. Building and landing a rocket that can get us there, what would people eat? How would the radiation affect us? And much more.
There are a lot of obstacles to getting humans on Mars. It's not a straightforward, just light the rocket and go.
Congress is helping fund NASA to get humans on the red planet. The Senate Commerce Committee recently approved a bill that would give nearly $20 billion to the space agency. Florida Senator Bill Nelson, a former astronaut, voted for it.
We have to build new technologies. There's research on a plasma rocket that instead of taking 8 months to get to Mars would get us there in 39 days.
Nelson is confident this legislation will pass through Congress and move the program along.
We are, by nature, explorers and adventurers. And the space program is a visualization of that.
The president says the best way to make this reality is the entire country, public and private, working together. Reporting in Washington, I'm Peter Zampa.
And it could cost about $10 billion to get the first ship off the ground.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Hey, dealing with another nice day out there. Stop me if you've heard that one before. Spectacular September and an awesome October so far in terms of the weather. And starting now to see a lot of those fall colors showing off here on this Jackson cam coming out of the mountains of southeastern Kentucky, where we are picking up on some of the colors there and getting some of the colors in our WKYT weather garden as well. And really over the next 1 to 2 weeks, the explosion will take off. Low and mid 70s, most of central and eastern Kentucky right now. And as we go through the evening, it's a nice one. Quick drop in thermometers though. Dry air is in place. We'll drop it to around 65 at just after sunset, toward the mid 50s as 11 o'clock rolls around. Partly cloudy skies. We've had some clouds on and off throughout the better part of the day. More cloud cover across the east than the west. And that's really been on the leading edge of some of that milder air that is surging in ahead of a cold front that is now crossing the Rockies. And late tonight, early tomorrow, we'll be right on top of the Mississippi Valley. Ahead of that, you'll get one more windy and mild weather day before the changes start to take hold. So late tomorrow, that front is on top of the St. Louis area, and it makes its way quickly into central and eastern Kentucky early in the day on Thursday. It does not have very much moisture with it. An isolated shower thunderstorm Thursday morning. Winds will gust up, and it will be a lot cooler on Thursday. And with those gusty winds, you'll need a jacket if you're going to be out Thursday, and likely again on Friday. Could be some upper 30s Friday morning with high pressure that is straight out of Canada, right on top of the Ohio Valley. as we go into the start of the upcoming weekend. Now, that high should give us mainly dry weather as we go into Friday, and rain chances over the next week are still fairly puny. Best chance, I think, is on Sunday with another cold front. Then we'll get another front on Tuesday. So you can see a front here, front there as we go through the next week. And gradually, this pattern is going to become a lot more active, I think, over the next couple of weeks. So it wouldn't surprise me if we don't send October out on a damp note as conditions start to turn colder. We're starting to get the battle of the seasons that I'm seeing maybe shaping up a little earlier this go around. All right, windy and mild out there tomorrow. Clouds will be on the increase. Heading into Thursday, that much of a chance for a shower or thunderstorm into the morning. Winds will gust up. You'll need the jacket. Temperatures in the 60s. We will stay in the 60s for a high on Friday, and it's a mainly dry day, though deep into the afternoon, I could see a sprinkle trying to pop across southern Kentucky. The majority of the next 3 days will mainly be on the dry side. And October, you get these fronts in here right now with not a whole lot of juice. Isolated shower on Saturday. Most of the day is dry. The best chance for rain right now for the next week appears to be on Sunday with a cold front that will have some showers and thunderstorms with it. Another front again arriving by Tuesday of next week. And each front, you get a little spike up ahead of it and a drop behind it.
Really a shame, though, that we aren't going to see any beneficial rain because we really need it.
Hang in there. I think the next 2 or 3 weeks we may be saying, okay, we're making up for some lost time.
Then we're done with it, right?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, as the roller coaster ride continues.
There it is.
Thanks.
Brian Milam is in today with the football Wildcats, and they have been outstanding on defense lately.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The defense has given up only 46 points the last 3 games, and NBA scouts got an early look at several UK basketball stars this weekend. John Calipari leads us off when we come back. For a 3rd straight season, John Calipari invited the ESPN cameras and NBA scouts to campus to watch his guys work out well before the season even begins. 90 NBA scouts showed up to watch some of the best prospects in the country. Calipari says having 8 to 10 NBA scouts at practice on any given day during the season is not uncommon, and it helps his guys to be evaluated when they are playing in the games.
That's why I would never, for a whole season, close down practice. I may do it for a week or 2, but it's also my job to promote them and put them in the public's eye and put them in position where they can be fully evaluated and me not hold them back. That's important to me.
We will get you set for Big Blue Madness Friday at 5:30 on CW Lexington. It's Countdown to Madness with Dave Baker and Christy Thomas. And I promise you, Dave Baker will have 2 Red Bulls ready to go. A 90-minute preview of this year's Wildcats on Friday at 5:30. Man does not need Red Bull, I promise you. The football Cats now have more than a week to get healed up before hosting Mississippi State at Commonwealth Stadium. When the Bulldogs come to Lexington, hopefully it's that loud, they'll be facing a much improved UK defense. After the win against Vandy, Mark Stoops said it's been addition by subtraction on defense. He's simplified things, and his players have responded.
We've built on it. I've talked about that for several weeks. I thought it was important to see what we can do, how to go about it, how to structure, the calls, personnel, because we were, we did. Yes, we've simplified things and we've built on things each week.
We want to get the extra work. We want to watch the film. We want to do this. We want to be better, and we want to become a contender in this league. And the first step is just playing together and trusting one another to be a contender in this league.
The Cats are back in action on October 22nd at Commonwealth Stadium against Mississippi State, a team really struggling right now. It's a 7:30 kick. You can see it on the SEC network. EKU will line it up against Tennessee State on Saturday. The Colonels will be heading to Nashville with one of the hottest quarterbacks in the OVC. Over the past 2 games, Benny Coney has thrown for more than 800 yards and has 7 TD passes to his credit. Colonels coach Mark Elder says Coney has cut down on his turnovers and making good decisions with the football.
I think he played an even better game this week. I don't think that he had as many decisions that you look back and say, gosh, wish would have had 2 or 3 of those back. There's very few of those in this game. I think he played his best game of the year this past weekend. And it's great to see him executing at the level that he is.
And we'll have highlights later on tonight of the Major League Baseball playoffs. The Dodgers lead the Nationals 2-1 in their game. And last night, the Giants staved off elimination against the Cubs. Game 4 later on tonight. That's sports. We'll be right back.